Hello everyone. So here I am in Petraturoniu, and this is the place of birth of Aphrodite. And I wanted to summarize a little bit a story. The father of Aphrodite is Chronos, which is time. And the father of time is the universe, which is Uranus. So Uranus is the king of the kings because it's everything, is the cosmos. And Chronos wants to take over, wants to take over the kingdom and start to manipulate space through time. So what he does is to kill his father, and he does it by cutting his balls and releasing his sperm in the sea. And the semen of his father, the sea itself, the salt, becomes Aphrodite. So she's born in those rocks right behind me, according to the myth. And from there, she creates beauty, love, through time. So then the same thing happened when Zeus, the son of Chronos, the god of lightning, wants to kill his father. So light can take over upon time. And he's the brother of Aphrodite. So there are many stories about these gods and goddesses, but actually what they are describing is how time creates the beauty, how evolution, the beautiful of nature, the beauty of nature in the mineral realm, in the vegetal kingdom, in the animal kingdom, and everything that we can see and perceive is basically thanks to time. So when the universe, which is infinite, starts to become finite, when it creates limits, so when you cut the infinite in finite moments, you can quantify the reality and you create time. So this quantification of time allows beauty to exist. Geometry that turns into mandalas, that turns into biology, that turns into evolution, and everything that we can see in the beauty of the world. So it's a translation in a myth of something that happens in the universe constantly, all the time. And from all of that, we have spoken about this, how every chemical element in the universe that shapes itself and creates beauty is a god, because God actually is just a light, is a spark in the universe. So when we believe in a god, we are actually believing or loving, to be loving something that is shining, that shines in the universe, that is touched by photons. So you can see it, so you can discover it, you can enjoy it. And that's the beauty, let's say, of the beauty of the universe. So in this story, what happens in this story is that the elements are trying to create something new, which is the consciousness of life. And to create that consciousness, it requires for them to let themselves disappear as gods to become like humans, for example. So creating different tiny little lives that will experience their infinite position in Olympus. So what they did is to create something that is the alchemical wedding. And the alchemical wedding is when all the elements of nature, they come together and they connect the infinite of beauty in the universe, which is the ocean, Tethys, where Aphrodite was born. And they unite all of that with something very simple, but that has the will to create, to rule itself and manifest, which is a man, which is something, an animal, someone tiny, let's say. And that's the wedding of Thetis and Peleus, where all the gods get together. And then there's a problem. The Holy Trinity, which is Hera, Aphrodite, and Athena, which is love, wisdom, and will, they get in a conflict because the goddess of discord, the one that creates dissonance in the creation, says why I was not invited to this party, to this alchemical wedding. So because I haven't been invited here, I have brought a gift, which is a golden apple. So a golden apple here represents a toroid. A toroid so perfect that if it moves itself one tiny angle, what happens is the universe is destroyed. So it's basically like an electron holding a proton in the center, and it moves in such a such a perfect way that holds the entire universe. So that is a toroid, that is that apple. So what happened with that apple? She says discord, Eris, the goddess of discord, she gives the apple, and she says to them, who is the most beautiful one? But what is the meaning of beautiful here? Remember, if beauty and love, Aphrodite, is the goddess of beauty, so it's evolution, actually. So who is the one that is more perfect in transforming itself? What is beauty? It's everything that exists. It's not just about what you see, it's about the harmony of everything. So the Caliste, which is written in the apple, is to the most perfect one, to the most beautiful one, to the one that achieved everything. So the three goddesses start to fight who is the better one. And the alchemical wedding starts to be a mess. So what Zeus does is to talk to Hermes, the messenger, to look for a man that would be able to choose the right one. And that ended up to be Paris. And Paris, the prince of Troy, was the one that had to choose which one is the most beautiful one. And when he chooses Aphrodite, because of she offering the most beautiful woman ever in the world, the pact, the Holy Trinity, is broken. Power, which is will, love, and wisdom, they get broken, and humanity chooses love without wisdom, without will. And they just want to be saved and loved, and that's it. And then will and wisdom start a war against love. And it's basically an atom breaking apart and creating a disaster. It's like Uranus taking over again, the infinite destroying everything. That's uranium, like an atomic bomb. So when that happens, the war of Troy and Greece starts, which is Turkey and Greece. So all the Greeks tries to take over the regions of Turkey, and Turkey tries to escape the regions of Greece. So that creates a crack in time. That creates something that is broken. And the reason why it's broken is because they choose Aphrodite. And Aphrodite was born here. And the conductivity of copper, Cyprus, Cyprus, is the one that brought love, the conductivity of the womb, of the creation of the beauty, here, to this place, to this island. And today, this island is an echo of that conflict, of the snake, the discord, biting the apple, that gives the wisdom in the wrong way to women, and they create a different humanity from where we were supposed to live. Not women, remember, woman. A thought that creates. Yeah? A thought that creates. It's not about women biologically. It's a thought that creates. So when those thoughts are the wrong ones, and they are not guided by wisdom and will too, only by love, then all the toroid starts to spin in the wrong direction. And we start to create a mess. It's like Earth having no north. And that's when the snake, the electricity, starts to create a mess, a disaster, cracking everything like in lightning, destroying the creation. And that's why we're here. Because if you read a little bit about Cyprus, Cyprus is cut in half. It's cut in half because in the north, Turkey, the snake has taken over, and in the south, Greece has taken over. And in the middle, there is a crack, a wound in time that is trying to be healed in the land of Aphrodite. That wound today belongs to everyone, the UN, and even though no one can go in. So our work in these days is to understand the crack in time, because this region has a story to tell, and it's the story of everyone.